The World Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Woo, yeah! The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Money isn't everything, it's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man. Shove that control into a nosedive, Hulk Hogan. Will you stop?
All right, let's go over to Sean Mooney.
And what's you gonna do when Hulkamania destroy you?
Ooh, yeah, get ready to freak out, because it's the Retro Roundtable episode 21. And that's right, it is the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And obviously, I'm here on a Saturday, once a month, with my partner in crime for the Retro Roundtable, with none other than the cookie cutter podcaster himself, Cookie.
Welcome, everyone.
Oh man, it's been a hot minute since we recorded a retro, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, trust work to change all my days round. Thank you.
It is what it is, man. We have to go out there, get that hard-earned cash like the $1 Million Man. Well, $1 Million Man's money's not earned, is it? But we got to go out there and try and get that cash. But yeah, which pay-per-view are we doing today?
Summerslam 1994.
The lean years. Mwah. We're back here again, the lean years, and to join us for these lean years, I have my partners in crime from America. That's right, it is none other than the host from DWI Podcast. It is DPP, and also, don't forgetting, our Sunday Segue 10-count champion at the moment. That's right, it is none other than PC Tunney.
That's right, baby. We're here. We're ready.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, as always, thank you for coming on to, well, it's even a special thanks because you've managed to come on board on the lean years. Come join us on the lean years of the WWF.
Oh, thank God I had beer last night when I watched this. That's all I can say.
So you guys are calling from Wisconsin, Milwaukee?
That's right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I just made sure that I remember. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, so obviously I appreciate that. So let's just kick into things as we go along with the lean years. It is SummerSlam 1994. Make sure you follow Sunday Segue. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue is spelled SEGUE. You can now follow me. That's Kinny Killa. That's at Kinny Killa. Cookie, where can they follow you?
At the Cook.
That's it. DPP, where can they follow you?
At Podcast DWI on the Twitter.
Tunney?
Yeah, that's right. That's us right there.
That's all you. All right. Here we go. As usual, Cookie, as we say with the intro, but a little bit different this time. Hit it, Savage. So why do we have Randy Savage? Why do we have Randy Savage, right, coming out, being the hype man, like some fucking rapper, like, for Vince McMahon? He's like the hype man. Get ready to lock and load.
And handing over to McMahon and Lawler. He should have been part of that commentary team. Was he getting punished for ignoring Art Donovan for most of King of the Ring?
Don't even get me started on Art Donovan. DPP, Savage. What's your thoughts on Savage in this position?
He seemed like just so uncomfortable doing it too. Like he tried to be excited about things, but he didn't know where to go with a lot of it. When his sending it back to Vince on the commentary and trying to cut in between segments, he just seemed off. Like he didn't know how to do it.
Oh man, it's horrible. Tunney, Savage, obviously he was at war with Vince at this point because he obviously wanted to wrestle. He wrestled at Wrestlemania 10. Then he started going back to his commentating gig. Obviously you enjoyed Savage more as a wrestler, but did he do enough as a commentator, or do you reckon they should have just put him back in the ring?
Well, clearly there was no room for him on this card anywhere. I mean, where could you have fit in a Macho Man Randy Savage match that would have made this pay-per-view any better than it already was? I mean, come on, guys. When you have this many good matches already booked, you just got to have Macho Man be your host, apparently. I mean, holy shit, Vince. I guess sometimes it's hard to see the forest from the trees, right?
Oh God, it's horrible, shocking, absolutely shocking. Was it just me, Cookie? But was the audio shoddy in this pay-per-view? I felt like I could not hear commentary at all.
I thought it was okay.
Maybe it's Daily Motion. That's what it is. Fuck you, Daily Motion. Fuck you, man. Oh God, yeah. Maybe it's Daily Motion. Maybe it's just me. So let's cut that out. Let's cut that out. Maybe
depends how old the VHS tapes are that you that it's on Daily Motion.
Yeah. Because I don't like to go onto the network or go onto like old 2002 WWE like anthology stuff because they change the theme music. Like true. we don't want bloody what's it called? Who comes out to the Wheel of Fortune theme song? Who was that? Could you remember that, Cookie?
Owen's Hart music was pretty bad. I don't know what that was.
No, that Owen Hart music, that was his actual legit music. Like, but that, Cookie, whose theme song was it when it came out to the Wheel of Fortune? Oh, was it the Beverly Brothers?
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Dusty. It was Dusty. It was Dusty. Yeah, can't you remember on Dusty Roads when it was? I can't remember which pay-per-view it was, and we watched the anthology version, and he came up to the Wheel of Fortune song. It was just, do you remember him and Sapphire? They came out to Can you remember when they come out to that shit? You need to go back and check that shit out. SummerSlam 1990, right? It comes out to Wheel of Fortune theme song, not no normal American Dream theme song. It's fucking shoddy. Yeah, Jim Johnson. Oh God. Anywho, let's kick into the pay-per-view. Bam Bam Bigelow without his main squeeze. What happened to Luna, Cookie?
Luna sold the contract to $1 Million Man for the corporation.
My God, she sold out. Oh, dude. Accompanied by Daddy Rotunda PC. Daddy Rotunda makes his time here in the corporation, partnering up with Bam Bam versus the Head Shrinklers, who are wearing nice headpieces.
Yeah, how many Hall of Famers were in this match?
We had wait, is Daddy Rotunda a Hall of Famer?
I think so. DiBiase, right?
Yeah, DiBiase.
Rikishi, Albano, Afa.
Yeah, true.
Is Bam Bam in the Hall of Fame?
Bam Bam's not.
He's not. No.
All right.
Sad times for Samu, man. Sad times.
Yeah, sorry, Samu. Not even close, brother. But this wasn't a bad match. I just thought the ending was confusing as hell.
DPP, I love the $1 Million Man's theme song, man. It just gets me every time.
It's classic. It's
proper heel theme music.
I love the intros that they have in this era too. I call it the spotlight era because everybody comes out and everything goes dark and there's just a spotlight in the ring with these guys and there's again it is what it is. It was supposed to be a title match too, and then the Head Shrinkers dropped the titles the day before to Michaels and Diesel, so it was just a throwaway match at this point. So
yeah, Cookie, you're our backstory guy. So Head Shrinkers lose their titles the day before. What's up with that?
No idea why that happened, but it just seems they don't like around this time. I think the last time the tag belts were changed hands on a pay-per-view must have been like SummerSlam 91. Jeez. I can't think of any other time because it always seems to be on maybe Superstars or on a house show.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, it was a different seeing Fatu here instead of seeing him as Rikishi, obviously, PC. But man, Fatu was handing out some sweet chin music all over the place.
Yeah, he moves well in the ring. He looks great being that young. I mean, Samu is not a bad. Samoans, they work well in the ring. Although they made IRS look pretty old in the ring there.
Yeah. Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly.
IRS. Street. He did seem the odd one out on there with just his little elbow drops and headlocks.
VK Wall Street. Oh my days. So DPP, do you feel like the Head Shrinklers were underrated?
No, I don't think they were underrated. I think they were what they were. They were, a decent tag team. I mean, like we said, the Samoans are always just good in the ring and they put on good matches, but I don't think they were anything bigger than what they were at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because obviously when they were heels at first when they came in, you know, that debut on Survivor Series 92, amazing, just Alpha chomping off chicken as usual. But you know, but here they turned face, you know, and the crowd got behind them, which was great. The ending, Cookie, the ending. So the end came when Bam Bam, clocked Captain Lou, and made Alpha absolutely lose his shit.
I think that must have been the first time since like '92 when the first start. When Headshrinker's debut, that he got involved properly, like really punching crap out of Bam Bam. Brilliant.
I mean, literally, PC, what we learned from that is literally, don't fuck with Alpha. Just don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting anywhere near him. I mean, he might bite my fingers off or something, you know. I mean, you're not looking for, you know, hooks or roundhouses or maybe a kick to the gut or something. He's just gonna grab you and start gnawing at you, you know.
Think you piece of chicken. Right.
And don't let Captain Lou Albano take a swing, man. He looked awful when he fell off the ring too.
Oh God, yeah, he did look awful. But yeah, as I said, end came there, so you know, the Fink announced that it was a disqualification due to obviously Alpha coming in and just like kicking ass, triple headbutt, finish to the match there. So the end was a bit confusing. I didn't understand why. Maybe Cookie could shed light at the end of, you know, the show when we go into the aftermath. So next we have Alundra Blaze facing off against Bull Nakano. This is when Alundra Blaze, obviously she's the WWF Women's Champion. They had absolute no one to face off against Alundra Blaze in this period. They had to go back to Fabulous Moolah, had to go back to Wendy Richter, at some point Rockin' Robin, Sherry Martel. They had to go back to all the old people. Then they started, Cookie, bringing in all of the Japanese talent, Bull Nakano, Aja Kong. And by the way, I can't wait to go over Aja Kong completely backhanding Alundra Blaze's face off her face, like literally. But anyway, they brought in everyone that they could to face off against Alundra Blaze. So can you just go over this match? Because I missed this match. So can you go over it?
Well, it was basically Bull Nakano kicking crap out of Alundra Blaze, basically. But they had a great submission move, which I completely forgot. It was the Page tap out.
Oh,
I was going to say Medusa, Alundra Blaze. I don't know what anybody else thought of the match. I thought it was okay for what it was. I couldn't remember it from like '94. It was okay. I thought.
I mean, I watched it last night. I thought the ending was pretty good actually. Nakano missed a big leg drop off the top rope, and then Luna came up on the apron, Blaze kicked her off, and then finished with a German suplex into a bridge for a pinfall. I mean, probably the best finish of a match for the whole pay-per-view, in my opinion.
I mean, Alundra Blaze could do a sweet German. But wait, hold on. Luna? Where the hell did Luna come from?
Oh, yeah, sells a contract to Bam Bam, so joins Nakano instead.
I'm just going to join Nakano. Just, you know, like, just for funsies. Let's just join Nakano. Oh, God. Okay, so I'll take your word from it. Nice finish. German suplex. 1, 2, 3. Still women's champion. Let's swiftly move on. Now, I'm going to slice and dice in this Diesel promo just because I just think it's funny.
The self-proclaimed bad guy, Razor Ramon. Well, maybe my moniker should be Midas, because everything I touch turns to gold. Well, let me tell you something, bad guy. In the Windy City, tonight, it ain't gonna happen. You ain't getting my gold. You know why? Because me and the Heartbreak like where we're at, and that's on top. Bad guy, you've had a lot of chances, and you haven't come through yet. What makes you think it's gonna happen tonight? Folks, gonna happen.
Now, Diesel looks green as shit in this thing, DPP. He goes, I'm the self-proclaimed bad guy. Maybe I should call myself Midas, because everything I touch turns to gold. Oh my days. Some cheese on cheese upon cheese, DPP.
Yeah, some rough promos from these guys right there. Thank God he had Shawn Michaels to help him out, but he should have just told him to shut the hell up at that point. Because bad guy, it's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna win tonight.
I wonder if Vince was watching that going, "That's money. Right, get the belt on him now."
Oh my gosh. Even and don't even get me started, PC, on that Canuck fucking Michael Cole fucking Todd Pettingill. I hate the guy so much. Like, I hate the guy. Diesel hadn't even finished what he was saying. He took the mic away and he's just like, "Not today." Like, you can barely hear him. Like, come on, man. What's your thoughts on Pettingill?
Well, Todd Pettingill is definitely the douchebag enhancement code, I mean, with that freaking earring and haircut, way over the top. But gotta tell you, Diesel made Todd Pettingill look good there. That's how bad Diesel was.
I'm going to throw this out there, Cookie, right, guys? I'm going to throw this out there. When I was watching this, I couldn't help but think of Enzo and Cass. I don't know why. I just kept watching it and thinking Shawn Michaels is Enzo and Diesel is Big Cass. That's all I kept thinking. I don't know whether that's warranted, but I don't know. I just kept thinking like Shawn Michaels hype man, Enzo hype man, Big Cass the big guy, Diesel big guy, and just the glint in Vince's eyes, thinking we're gonna make him a star.
Well, he's definitely thinking about that Kaz now. I bet they can put the belts on Kaz.
Oh man, world heavyweight. He's gonna be on Smackdown. He's gonna be world heavyweight champion, guarantee. Watch this.
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
That is a bold prediction. Yeah, that is a bold prediction.
Mark the tape.
Right, let's go into Razor Ramon with Sweetness. Again, NFL stuff. Me, it was just like over my head. But yeah, Razor Ramon with Sweetness versus Diesel with HBK. DPP, HBK was such a heat seeker in this match.
Oh, and that's what he does. I mean, he's trying to, help these guys, especially with Diesel being so green, he's trying to get him over as a heel. And with Sweetness in there, I think it was just a plug to get Chicago, more hyped up for the match, having a local guy, local star. But I don't know. The match was all right, I think. We had Razor Ramon winning the match after Shawn Michaels interferes when super kicks Diesel and kind of starts off that breakup right here.
Yeah, I mean, the breakup, man. The way that they told this story back then was so great. It started so early. That's one thing me and Cookie have talked about, month after month when we do this, of how the storylines back then, they build it like a year in advance, you know what I mean? Like throwing little things out there. And I thought, this is obviously the precursor. Vince easy had in his mind, Diesel is going to be the guy. Well, from when he gave him the IC title, he was like, yeah, he's going to be the guy. So let's start, doing this. Let's start building it now. Man, the crowd was hot for Razor. PC, why do you think that he didn't get the big one?
That's a good question. Why does Vince do anything, right?
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I just didn't like the finish of this match again. Not to avoid your question, but this whole pay-per-view was really a missed opportunity. The booking wasn't bad. It's just a lot of these matches I don't think got to where they needed to go. Mm-hmm. I know that's pretty vague, but
no. Elaborate then. What do you reckon needed to happen on this match here? Because the ending, like you said, you thought it shouldn't have ended like this. How would have you put the ending of this match?
Well, you could have made Razor a little stronger instead of HBK just kicking Diesel and him being down for almost a minute before they pinned him there, because there was a whole lot of running around going on before Walter Payton grabbed HBK. So, I mean, I thought he could have had him with a finisher there. I don't know. That's just my main complaint is the finish, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you wanted him to win clean, keep Razor strong, make him win the title clean.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's because I suppose having Sweetness there, he could have just dealt with Shawn Michaels, as what he was, obviously paid, I do in quotation marks, to do, and then and then have Razor win clean. He could have done something simple as just like Sweetness just drags HBK down, and then what's it called, Big Daddy Cool's on the turnbuckle, pointing down at, you know, Sweetness, and then Razor just comes from behind, bam, Razor's edge, 1, 2, 3, and he just wins, you know. So I get what you're saying with that. Speaking of Sweetness, I wonder how much this guy got paid for just running around in circles time and time and time again.
I thought he did more than what I thought. I could have sworn he punched Shawn Michaels when I watched it back in '94, and would have been falling off the apron and landed on the railing. He just chased him and just pulled him by the leg.
I'll tell you what you did. Because it's 94, you fought 4, you're 4 years too early. That's when Mike Tyson punched him in his chops. That's what happened. That's what happened there. Yeah, see? That's what happened there. But yeah, like you said, match ended. HBK hit Diesel with a sweet chin. Razor got the pin. Just great storytelling, I thought. One question I want to throw at you, DPP, was would this type of storytelling, how they've built, you know, their HBK and Diesel feud, leading to the Diesel turn, would this type of storytelling kind of an old school booking work today?
I don't think the fans, you know, right now have the patience for something like that. I think that's the hard part. It's I would love to see it because it makes the build, it makes the turn just that much more better when you're building it for over a whole summer or even a year for a lot of these back then. You know, you didn't have as many pay-per-views, so that helped. You know, you couldn't have every month you wanted something to happen, and you know, the fans, you know, you wait a month and you need something. Okay, I want it to change now. And you know, so that's why we're changing so fast all the time, and every month something different's happening, where back then you could wait a year and all of a sudden WrestleMania was just like, wow, you finally get to see like Hogan and Savage for WrestleMania 5. That build was a year long. You know, it was awesome. And then they finally, you know, had their match and it was great. You know, you can't have that nowadays. We don't have the patience for it.
Cheap plug, we will be going over a WrestleMania 5 feud between Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Yep. You got lust in your eyes! I love that. WrestleMania 5! I love that one. I can't wait. Anyway, let's move on from this. Razor Ramon, new IC champion, 2-time IC champ. Yeah, let's just wait until he gets involved with one Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and one Goldust before, you know, he ends up being a 4-time. But anyway, let's move on. That's for future episodes. Let's go on to Made... I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, right? Made in the USA, Lex Luger. That's not how I'm billing him, mind seconds. That's not how I'm billing him. That is how the Fink is billing this guy. Made in the fucking USA. We know he's born in USA. He's from USA, which means he's made in the USA. We know this, okay? Come on, man. Anyway, promo before this, Cookie. Tatanka. This guy is not a good promo. All I remember is Tatanka. All he could say was "yay!" That was it for me. That's his combo. That is
this yay, and you sold out, Luger.
You know what I mean? But in this guy, horrible promo. But I mean, go along with the backstory, Cookie, because I know you got this shit.
Well, $1 Million Man tried to make out that he bought the rights to Lex Luger. He joined the corporation. And Tatanka was convinced of it, walking in and Lex Luger arguing with, Nikolai Volkov, and saying, "There, I told you sold out." So Tatanka looked stupid all the way through this, and Lex Luger had sold out to the $1 Million Man.
Oh my days! I mean,
and I don't know what beating Lex Luger would prove. He says, "I can beat you and prove that you sold out." But what? How is that proving anything?
I mean, watching this, PC, watching this now, obviously, you know, we're like, oh, this is fucking shit, you know. But back then, as a kid, I thought this swerve was fucking sick.
Well, let's not forget the fan opinion poll that Todd Pettengill gave us. Did Lex Luger sell out to Ted DiBiase? And you know what? 54% of those who called in and spend $1.89 a minute just to fucking say yes, and it took you 5 minutes to get through the phone call to say fucking yes or no. 54% of those people thought he sold out, and goddamn it, they were wrong, weren't they?
They were wrong. They were wrong. And Luger, he felt like this come from the heart. His promo in the back, he felt like people were actually, you know, saying he's a sellout. So he was like, people can say what they want. $1 Million Man can say what he wants. He was just like, I know deep down in my heart, dude, you're a white meat babyface. Stop saying the deep down in my heart like shit. Like, come on. You're meant to be this big muscle bound guy, and you're like, I know deep down in my heart. Oh, God, dude.
Really, Lex Luger should have known how Sting was feeling 2 years later when everybody was saying he joined the NWO. But no, Luger says, I saw you. You joined the NWO. So, come on, Luger.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes.
Or maybe he just stole that from Tatanka, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said.
That was such a good promo. I want to use it again.
Like I think he called him up? He's like, hey, Tatanka, it's Lex. Remember that thing we did 3 years ago? I'm going to use it now. Is that cool?
Can I borrow that?
It's like, yeah, that's cool.
It's Tatanka. Oh, I miss you, Heenan, so much. But yeah, the swerve, man. Tatanka, I just thought this swerve was so good because Tatanka up to this point was such a white meat babyface. He was like cookie cut, like he was the guy, you know, running around with the feathers, given he was the guy. I mean, the guy was fighting a model because he stole his feathers. This was the white meat babyface of the world, all right? And he came out and was like, you're a sellout, blah, blah, blah. And then there's the swerve of all swerves. Anyway, the match lasted 5 minutes, was next to nothing. All of a sudden, TBRC turns up with a bag of dosh. Man, that sports bag looks small as fuck though, man. Shit. But anyway, he comes out, right? I don't know what kind of a millionaire he is, but he comes out with this bag, turns up. Tatanka basically rolls up Lex and Kyoto. What a quick free count.
And he's sold out. Everybody's sold out except Luger.
Oh my days, a quick free count. Kyoto with his Just for Men mullet.
Hey, he had to get the money somewhere to pay for that haircut.
Oh my God, the 90s, you gotta love it. Oh, speaking of 90s, you want to see my 90s look? You guys probably can't see, obviously, seconds, you can't see this shit, but obviously DPP can. This is a 90s look, mate. Look at that. Dreadlocks all over the place. That's what I'm talking about. Boom!
Kenny's graduation right there. Oh my God.
Boom. And you can't teach that. Anyway, yeah, Kyoto, he sold out. Quick free count. Tatanka, DPP, just puts the boots to Lex.
Yeah, just nothing but kicking. Takes the use the $1 Million Dream, puts him to sleep. I liked it. I wish, in regards to the duffel bag full of cash, I was really hoping that was just going to be a duffel bag with a big dollar sign on it, and not the WWE bag, because that would have made it more interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that bag was filled with that $1.95 Tunney that you were talking about that everybody called in with and spent their money on.
There you go.
It's that loose change, man. It's that loose change.
Stuffing the dollar bills down Luger's throat. Classic. It's classic.
Oh man, you know what? That was such a good touch. I love the fact because I completely forgot it. So when I saw the dollar go in the mouth, I thought, yes, mate, that's what I'm talking about. Put the dollar, eat that, Luger. Eat that. Couple Samoan drop. What was the finisher called, Cookie? What was his finisher called again with the Samoan drops?
Man.
Not the last ride. What was it called?
Not the follow.
No, was it the war? No, was it the war? I can't remember. Not the tomahawk. That was a tomahawk chop. Gave plenty of those to Luger as well, chopping the shit out of the guy. I can't remember what the finisher. Look that up if you can. But yeah, Segue's tweet, message in the thing if you can, let me know what that finisher was, because I can't even remember what the finisher is. But anyway, he done plenty of those. PC, why did this remind me of AJ's recent turn? I don't know, for some reason. Maybe
because don't make me compare John Cena and Lex Luger. That's not fair. That's not very nice of you. You know that I like Cena. It's kind of a cool turn for back in the day. I mean, you don't really ever see Tatanka, turning like that. The Native American, the proud heritage, and doing the right thing. So I guess in all, it was a decent storyline. I guess AJ wanted to do the right thing, and he turned for the worse, I guess, or for the better of us. And I don't know. I feel like I've talked way too much about Tatanka already here.
Hey, well, let's do this nifty, nice segue into a break. No pun intended. Well, all pun intended, actually. Let's go to a break, and we will be back with Double J versus Mabel. Yeah, premier match. Also, Bret Hart versus Owen and Undertaker versus Undertaker. Plus, we'll have pay-per-view rating, pay-per-view match of the night, pay-per-view MVP, and cookies aftermath. So don't you miss it.
The Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. Every Sunday, bringing you 100% news, 100% banter. We give you no less than 100% every week, interviewing the best and up-and-coming wrestling talent there is in the world.
Hi, this is Ring of Honor superstar Adam Cole.
Hey guys, this is Justin Rosero from the Place TV Podcast.
This is the People's Princess, Nadia Sapphire.
Hi, this is Rob Shammerger.
This is Shiloh Jones.
Hi wrestling fans, this is the Alpha Female.
Hey guys, this is Jake Tuck, formerly known as WWE Tyler Rex. Hello, pro wrestling fans. This is pro wrestler The Brian Kendrick, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue. The Sunday Segue.
Sunday Segue.
Sunday Segue Wrestling
Sunday
Podcast.
Sunday Segue Wrestling.
The Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. This is Jake the Snake Roberts telling you, if you don't know it, you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. Keep doing it, or else. Trust me.
And we're back, people. Retro Roundtable, episode 21. It's your boy Kinny Killa out here with the cookie cutter podcaster himself, Michael Cook, DPP, and also PC Tunney from the DWI Podcast, the greatest podcast in the world. Next to Sunday Segue. Obviously, next to Sunday. Right next. Not better, not less. Right next. We side by side up in this bitch.
Because that's what we do.
That's what
No, you can be better. We need something to chase after.
Oh man, right. We're gonna hit this with Double J, Jeff Jarrett, minus Tennessee Lee.
Kenny, before you get into that, the Tatanka's finishing move is called the End of the Trail.
The End of the Trail. There we go. I never heard them ever say that once.
Nope.
Just what a maneuver.
Oh my god. So we're gonna kick Cookie into Double J, Jeff Jarrett, minus Tennessee Lee, versus Mabel. Now, Oscar. I can't believe I'm saying this name. Oscar, right, came out rapping like it was a fucking spelling bee. He was just like, A to the P to the P L spells apple, and he was just like, O to the R to the A N G E, orange, wave your hands in the air and wave your tissue. That's all this guy was saying. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Where is Kurt Hennig with his rap is crap?
Oh my god. And what happened to Mo?
Didn't he get injured or something? I can't remember. He just seemed to disappear for a bit.
Yeah, because he did get a bad injury, didn't he? But when obviously we'll get to King of the Ring 95 way down the line. But was it Mo or was it Oscar that was handing him the cloak and crown and shit at King of the Ring 95?
Oh, it was Mo.
It was Mo. So Mo returned after that, yeah. He kicked Oscar to the curb, man. That's what you get for rubbish rapping. Oh, shit. Okay, DPP, why did these guys feud at all? Why was this feud done like, must have been that great for it to be on the SummerSlam 94 card?
Oh, I think it was, they put that together the day before and said, hey, we got rap and we got country. Hey, they don't like each other. Let's have them wrestle each other. Why the hell not? We need something for J-A-R-R-E-T-T.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Oh, man. Obviously, don't piss off Jeff Jarrett. But we're just going to do, just the typical PC. We're just going to run through the typical big man, little guy dynamic. Jeff Jarrett uses his athleticism, and I say that mildly, against Mabel, trying to wear the big man down, to no avail. Big man does his usual shit, misses a big massive leg drop, and then you just get the roll up from Double J. I just thought Double J kept going after Oscar, and in the end, Oscar gets a chance, PC, right, to punch the hell out of Jeff Jarrett. And what does this rapper do? This rapper slaps him in the face. What rapper do you know slaps a motherfucker? Come on.
Maybe he thought it would be more disrespectful. I don't know. Or maybe he just decided he wasn't going to deliver anything quality all night long.
Yeah, on a side note, did you see A. Knuckleball Schwartz come through the crowd during this match?
That's right.
Oh, it was amazing.
When was that? When was that?
This was a guy with a baseball on his head, and they called him A. Knuckleball Schwartz.
Oh, my
God.
He
was on strike.
Yeah, well, because Major League Baseball went on strike here in America in just before that, so they were parading this knucklehead, no pun intended, around. So,
oh my
I don't know.
days.
I thought that was one of the more hilarious things I had seen that evening.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Other than the screenshot they have on fucking Stu Hart. He doesn't say anything because he can't say anything. They just got they just got this guy there. Like Helen is his interpreter. Like literally, it's like, what did you say, Stu? Jesus, like
Dungeon.
But PC, I'll give you better things to talk about. So let's go on to Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. Again, what a feud this was, and they did this so well. This went for years.
Yeah, I mean, it would keep on going for a long time. I mean, you know, the proof was in the pudding here because they had a match that I thought was too long, but this crowd was just so into these two guys wrestling each other. The family dynamic and the split between Davey Boy and the Anvil, and then you have all the brothers there and the family. The crowd was so into this match.
Yeah, the crowd was, they were proper hard. I mean, I think because of, when you look at it as a whole, the feud is brother versus brother. You had also obviously the build-up. They did a really nice package of, starting from the beginning when the dissension happened at Survivor Series 93, which we did cover. If you want to go back and check that out, Segheads, Retro Roundtable, can't remember which episode, but go and check it out. But yeah, they went all the way back from there. And then they had a nice little bit with Bret saying, I will never, under no circumstance, ever face my brother. And then obviously we had the whole, WrestleMania 10 thing, and it was great, I thought. So they actually, they built upon this really well. DPP, how great was Lawler in this whole feud between the Harts? I mean, he was such a good stirrer.
Well, and back before the Hart feud even started, Lawler feuded with Bret for a long time too, so he had a vested interest in it almost. So he was just all over the side of Owen and just helps just build that story even better and make him seem like, oh, Bret Hart's the evil brother and he's, was holding Owen back all this time, and now Owen finally gets to shine, and that's great. I mean, it's just another dynamic that you can add to it that just makes the story just that much better.
Cookie, Davey Boy, he got his nice, 5-10 minutes. He was looking jacked.
What did he look like? I want to know what the 90s looked like. That outfit. Gee, I thought he was modelling for like a romantic novel or something. Took his braids out.
Oh my God!
This the precursor to Christian Grey.
he looked like Fabio meets Indiana Jones.
Oh my God! Rico Suave.
Davey Boy, and we sail the 7 seas with my 7 women.
Yeah, he did look like a pirate captain.
Oh my days.
But no internet. Bulldog's back. What a great surprise.
Yeah,
because at that time it was like you didn't find out that somebody was moving back to WWE. So
it's because the Shockmaster flopped everything.
Yeah. He bloody fell over.
He fucked everything. Tugboat.
Oh.
Why you fucked it all for David Boy? Oh my days. As a kid, man, I forgot how long this match was, man. Jeez. But I mean, there was some great stuff in this match, even though there was a lot of stuff to kind of go through. So we'll just breeze through this quick. Owen Hart, I swear, back then had the best insecurity ever. Ever. Like, I mean, he put Shawn Michaels on the shelf. He kept going back to it when Shawn Michaels came back with the insecurity. It was a thing of beauty. These guys went to the top of the cage, and at one point, Cookie, they were throwing absolute bombs.
Oh, they weren't holding back, and And the suplex off the top of the cage as well. I mean, bloody hell, this should have been the main event, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Was this the first pay-per-view steel cage match since SummerSlam 1990, if I remember rightly?
Yeah, that'd be right, with Rick Rude and Warrior.
Yeah, with odd picture of, Ultimate Warrior gyrating at the top of the cage. Still to this day, one of my favorite SummerSlams. Not favorite pictures, favorite SummerSlams. There was multiple attempts to get out the cage. Bret got crotched horribly on the top rope. There was loads of stuff. But the finish came, PC, when they both kind of, it was a bit of an anticlimax for me, but they both kind of went over the top, over the cage. Owen sold brilliantly, his leg caught up in the cage, dangling down, and Bret just jumped down. And then what proceeded to happen was absolutely crazy, PC, if you want to kind of take us through that.
Well, what's funny is you mentioned that it was kind of anticlimactic with the finish there. I thought they could have used what happened next in the finish. What happened next is Neidhart came out with the chain and got in the ring and chained it shut, and they were beating Bret down, and then all the Davey Boy and all the Hart brothers were trying to get into the ring, which was really fantastic to watch some of these unbelievably out of shape guys trying to climb the ring and take punches from the inside. But eventually Davey Boy would get in there and turn the tide. They would get the door open and the heels would run away. But I thought that they could have made that part of the finish, especially since it wasn't a pinfall finish. It was a escape the cage. They could have had all these guys in there trying to get in and out, and Bret escaped. But like you said, they were just kind of hanging there. But Owen did a great job getting his leg caught there at the end.
Yeah, he got his leg caught in his leg.
I liked how Neidhart clotheslined Bulldog over the barrier.
I'm glad you said that.
And Diana went over as well.
She flew. She got caught underneath the railing. Oh my god. So I love it. Sorry, Diana, at your expense, but girl, you flew. So yeah, just put the boots to Bret, and they all came in like you said. Davey Boy, thanks for coming back, and then you're gonna go in the tag team, aligned powers with Lex Luger. Great.
Oh dear.
All right.
Wait, hey, hang on. At Survivor Series, he gets to hold a towel for Bret Hart. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah.
So he has more than just a tag team.
And knock himself out. Lay there for a half hour.
But personally, after that moment, all right, after what's it called? After WrestleMania 11, which I am not looking forward to talking about Cookie, right? Oh, no. After WrestleMania 11, where he cut his hair and all of this shtick, that was the best Bulldog ever, I felt. One of the best Bulldogs. Heel Bulldog was so sick. It was so sick. Him and Owen, oh my days. The slammies, the tag team titles, loved it. But yeah, he had to eat shit, for a bit, eat shit, drink a little piss before you get, before he turns piss into wine. But DPP, should this match be the main event?
Oh, without a doubt, absolutely. I agree with Cookie on this one. I mean, the next match we're going to talk about is so brutal. I mean, even if we wouldn't have known what was going to happen, I still think this match should have been the main event. I mean, it's your world title match. Undertaker was, only 4 years into his run, and these guys were having the feud of the year, or longer than a year, I guess, at this point, and, definitely should have been the main event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we used to Undertaker facing guys like El Gigante and Damien Demento, but Papa Shango and all them. But, I mean, yeah, let's go into it. Cookie, Undertaker versus Undertaker. As a kid, this freaked me the hell out. I was like, wait a minute, there's one Undertaker. Wait, there's another Undertaker. What's going on? But yeah, I mean, as a kid, this feud I thought was the best. When I used to say, ran into school, I remember running into primary school and being, oh my gosh, it's Undertaker versus Undertaker. Believing this like a little Canuck, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, when they announced the Ted DiBiase's Undertaker on the Heartbreak Hotel, I was convinced it was him. I thought, oh my God, he's joined Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, but it made sense because it goes back to 1990 Survivor Series. Undertaker makes his debut. It made sense. $1 Million Man brought him in, so why wouldn't he dig him up and bring him back? You know what I mean?
And he said, once again, let me introduce. I thought, oh, just the little touches are really good.
Yeah, and just the way he laughed after. I just love the heel stuff by $1 Million Man. Just the way he laughs after, basically getting one over on Paul Bearer. I'm just going to laugh at you a little bit more. I thought the build-up was done. Obviously, it was done well to the point where, they buried The Undertaker. With Yokozuna, that match at Royal Rumble 94, which to this day I absolutely loved. It took like 12 men to put the Undertaker away, which was wicked because they needed to sell that kind of gimmick.
And he dies on the video wall.
Yeah,
and rises up from it. No, he doesn't come up from the casket. He comes up from the video wall.
Green goop coming out of the bottom, like. But yeah, DiBiase, like you said, comes out with his Taker. Paul Bear PC then comes out with a casket. We were swerved a bit because I thought Taker was just gonna come out the casket.
Yeah, how about that giant urn? Holy cow!
Yeah, great.
The big spotlight in there. Hey, do you guys know who the Underfaker was? Do you guys know who that was?
Brian Lee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brian Lee was Brian Lee Adam Bomb? No.
Chains.
He was Chains from Disciple of Apocalypse.
That's it.
But speaking of Adam Bomb, he was actually the dark match that night against Quang. You know who Quang was?
Quang. Wait. Let me just get this. Let's get this under my thing because I swear Quang was Savio Vega.
Yes, you got it.
Bang. Yes.
So, hey, you know what? It always helps your credibility there because you play Alex Trebek on your own trivia show there that you get the answers sometimes. So you can keep looking down on people when they act like a dumbass.
Oh man, I'm glad I had to think then. That's why I was stalking.
Well done, Kenny. They're very impressive.
Savio Vega. I was gonna say Conan then, but no, that Conan was fucking what's his name? Comic Kid or
Max Moon.
Max Moon. Nah. Anyway, yeah, the urn. Yes, big up to the urn. Upgrade on the urn. He does a little sound effect and he shakes the urn a little bit, and then woo, yeah, and it comes out. So it's like, yeah, I thought, yeah, bang on, man. Nice urn. That looked like the really nice urn. Undertaker comes out. Now, before, as a kid, I just thought, oh, cool, Undertaker's got purple shit. Like, it's purple, he's a new Undertaker. We got the old school Undertaker in the ring. We got the new Undertaker. Now, as I'm watching this, Cookie, all that kept going through my mind was the 95 million times they pushed New Generation in our ear in the last pay-per-view we talked about. This... Now it all clicks. This is the reason why they buried the Undertaker. Because it's New Generation Undertaker. It's a new generation. New theme music. New gear, he starts talking. He's everything. It's New Generation Undertaker. Fucking hell. What a way to sell the new generation to us.
I just can't fit the way it is.
The music was okay. The big ass bloody urn, I don't know. It just at the time I probably liked it, but when I saw it yesterday, I was like, Jesus Christ! Oh yeah, you can see the torch. It's so awful.
That's Paul Bear. You shouldn't have put that in the hard cam. Like, come on, man. That's Wrestling 101. Don't show the kayfabe shit to the hard cam. It don't work. What else have I got down here? New Generation Undertaker, yada yada yada. Paul Bear looking like an absolute freak when the torch is in his face. Fucking freaked me right out. But DPP, what's your take on this lovely match?
I was just happy that
get ready for this.
I was just happy that Leslie Nielsen was able to figure out who the real Undertaker was.
Oh my days.
I mean, thank God for Police Squad. I mean, we would have never been able to figure out this whole thing, without them. So, the case is closed, as they said. And we know who the real Undertaker is.
The Undertaker. Oh, yes.
I mean, this match was brutal. I don't know.
You know what it is? It's the Undertaker's ring style versus somebody else with that same style.
Yeah.
So it's two slow wrestlers who don't sell anything against each other. So nothing happens.
all you can hear is the sound of that reinforced ring. What the fuck did they do to the ring in '94? I don't know what it's like. They put extra microphones on the bottom.
Yeah.
But it's just the crowd was dead for this until the Undertaker decided to just pop up from a tombstone, and then get put in another one, do his woo and spread his arms, and then there's one tombstone, two tombstones, three tombstones, and then pins Undertaker. Sorry about your damn luck. And he wins. End of story. That's it. And then we get a brutal promo at the end. Whoa, my Undertaker. It's like, man, how do you end SummerSlam like that?
I don't know.
It's like ending WrestleMania with The Miz with the title. Like in the DQ. I don't know. Oh, God. Let's just end while we're ahead, all right? Let's just end while we're ahead. Because the concept, Undertaker versus Undertaker, you could understand Vince was thinking, ooh, money. And then you could see Kevin the Dick Dunn in the background just going, oh, yes, let's do this. Let's do this. Like we always say, if anything goes wrong, blame Kevin the Dick Dunn. Right, so that's the end of the pay-per-view. Pay-per-view ratings, please, out of 10, PC Tunney.
5.5.
DPP.
Oh, I was going to give it like a 5.
Cookie.
Oh, 5, yeah. I think Hart match and maybe the Razor Diesel. If that wasn't on, it would probably been like a 3.
Okay, so Cookie, I must go with you again. What was the pay-per-view match of the night for yourself?
Oh, it'd have to be the cage match. Just had everything, the story behind it, the family involvement. So it was really, really good.
DPP, what was your match of the night?
I definitely got to go with the cage match. It was a little bit long, but the story and everything definitely had to be the match of the night.
And PC?
Oh man, that match was too long for me. I would have to say Razor and Diesel, just because of all the outside interference, made the match pretty decent.
Oh, the shenanigans. Oh, the douchebaggery. Yeah, indeed. And people of the Americas, if you want to earn a quick $250, make sure you film Diana fall on her ass. Hand that tape in. 250 smackaroons. There you go. You heard it here from your boy, Kinny Killa. Okay. Pay-per-view MVP, PC?
Bret Hart.
Okay.
He's the champ. People came to see him. I mean, he had the biggest pop of the night when he came out, I thought.
Okay, DPP?
I think I'm going to give it to Owen Hart. I think he put on a great match with Bret, and both of them probably right up there. But Owen's actions in the ring with him trying to escape the cage and screaming like no, and he's trying to get dragged out of the door and everything. I loved his character then.
Cookie.
It's tough between Owen and Bret. I'll go for Owen for just doing when they were trying to get out the cage. He was biting Bret's finger. Oh, that's proper.
That's right.
Oh God. Okay. People, before we get to the end of the show, this is one of our favorite bits. It's usually Cookie's top 5, but today it is Cookie's aftermath. So Cookie, run with it and let us know what happened after this pay-per-view leading up to Survivor Series 1994.
Well, it was announced that Bob Backlund was the number 1 contender for the WWF title, and they're going to have a towel, or throw in the towel match or something with Bret at the Survivor Series.
Wasn't it just a submission match?
A submission match with Bulldog and Owen in their corners. But Lex Luger and Bob Backlund had a match on the 31st of October, 1994, where Tatanka got involved, and it was Bob Backlund and Tatanka beating up Lex Luger, and Macho Man on his last appearance for the WWF couldn't take it anymore and got in the ring and started beating up Tatanka and Bob Backlund, and it makes you wonder if Macho Man would have been part of Lex's team against the $1 Million Corporation at the Survivor Series, but this was just his last night, and it ended with a stupid. Macho Man's run in WWE ended with a stupid backstage brawl with Lex Luger and Tatanka, where the sound was off, so he couldn't hear what Lex Luger was saying when Vince McMahon was interviewing him. So he says, "Well, Lex Luger looks angry. I'm sure he's wanting Tatanka in a match," and then he'd go back to Macho Man, and that would be the last you see of him. Like, what a shame. Back in the day, because there was WCW to go to, he didn't really have his farewell moment like you would, like Shawn Michaels walked off into the sunset. Macho Man didn't have that farewell promo that I think he deserved, because there was other places to go to before he could retire. So if there was just the WWF, he would have had his moment, and he didn't have it, and it was just that stupid. He just looked as though, and it was taped, that episode, and he still looked stupid, like something wrong had happened live, and just a bad way to end Macho Man's career in WWE.
Yeah, indeed. You got anything else for us in the aftermath leading up to Survivor Series?
Just going on the head shrinkers, I'm sure. I don't know if this was around this time. Samu disappeared, and Barbarian came in.
Oh my God, the worst.
In boots.
The worst. Oh my days, swapping Samu for Barbarian, man.
And blue boots on them. Fatu can't wrestle in his boots.
And then
take them off.
Barbarian got released, and we got to make a change. Time to make a change, Fatu.
Yeah.
I forgot all about this guy. I forgot. Also, Undertaker, I believe, goes into a feud with $1 Million Man and the Corporation, where he faces off against multiple guys the whole of 1995.
The Undertaker hasn't been paying his taxes either.
I mean, that urn was worth a lot, because everyone tried to steal that shit. Everyone was stealing that. Didn't Karma steal it and turn it into...
He melted it down into a chain.
Yeah, man. Charles Wright, Papa Shango, the Godfather, the Good Father, whatever you want to call it. Like, geez, man. He
prefers Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can say that now.
The good father.
You can say
the
that.
Good Father.
Oh my God.
Don't forget that. Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Well, guys, that is the end of the show, man, and what a show it's been. As always, I have to thank DPP and the one PC Tunney, who is, by the way, the leader. He is on the leaderboard of the Sunday Segue 10 Count Championships. So, well done, guys. Thanks for coming on. Can you let people know again where they can find you on the Twitter and when your next show will be out?
You can follow us at Podcast DWI. You'll mainly get me on there, but if you want to bitch at DPP, I'll definitely pass it along. I'm guessing our next podcast It says on there every Sunday, but that's just kind of something we say. So I would say look for one this coming Tuesday, post Raw, leading into Money in the Bank and the NXT special. Yeah.
This coming Tuesday in Texas. No, sorry, in Milwaukee. Man, I'm just thinking I might do a one-man special after the takeover. I might just throw something out there. I don't know. We'll see. I might leave it for the Segue at the weekend. But nevertheless, Cookie, again, partner in crime on a Saturday. Our next show will be obviously Survivor Series 1994. Let the people know again where they can find you on the Twitter.
You can find me at the M Cook.
DM Cook. Guys, make sure you check out tomorrow Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast episode 166, I believe, where we will have the Professor Anthony Quintana from the PW Hustle from stateside on the show, also along with the Butcher 69. That's right, it is none other than Dave Gillum. They'll be on the show tomorrow. Then you check us out on the flip side, Sunday Segue TV, episode 18, Best of the Super Juniors from day 8 onwards. Make sure you check that out, people. And if you don't like that, usually you can choke on that slap nuts. But on this show, make sure you check us out next month, brother.